Caitlin Clark doubles down on praise of Black WNBA legends after Megyn Kelly jab. Caitlin Clark is still at the point in her fame where she can't say much of anything without it being picked apart and dissected. But political commentator Megyn Kelly ratcheted that cycle up to max speed this week when she called Clark's praise of Black WNBA legends in a profile in Time magazine fake. Rather than engaging with Clark's comments directly, Kelly tried to wipe them out of existence. The former Fox News host accused Clark of lying and apologizing for being white and getting attention. As with much of the lazy, symbolic discussion of Clark across the media, Kelly didn't bother to specify who exactly Clark was apologizing to or why she, as the most famous player in the league, would need to apologize at all. So the Time Athlete of the Year kept that same energy in a response to Kelly on Wednesday during the magazine's A Year in Time event, dismissing Kelly's criticism while doubling down on her perspective about the league she has helped launch into the mainstream. "I feel like I always have had really good perspective on everything that's happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career," Clark explained. "But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age. My favorite player was Maya Moore, like I know what this league was about. And like I said, it's only been around 25 plus years, so I know there's been so many amazing Black women that have been in this league, and continuing to lift them up I think is very important, and that's something I'm very aware of." A four-time WNBA champion, Moore was also a leading voice in the Minnesota Lynx's protest of Minneapolis police presence at their home games in 2016, following the killing of Philando Castile in the Twin Cities. In 2019, Moore left the WNBA to work toward freeing a wrongfully incarcerated man named Jonathan Irons, whom she eventually married and started a family with. Clark also emphasized her ability to focus on her career and inner circle as opposed to outside voices like Kelly. That skill has likely served her well during a season in which, far before Kelly weighed in this week, talking heads in the media turned her into a talking point and fans online turned her into a political avatar. "I feel like one of my best skills is just blocking things out. The only opinions that I really care about are the people I love, my teammates, my coaches, the people inside of our locker room, the people that I see every single day that I know have my best interests at heart," Clark told NBC's Maria Taylor, who hosted the Q&A. "With the way things are going, you want that attention and you embrace it, and that's what makes this so fun." Clark is taking the winter off from competitive basketball after making her second straight NCAA championship game in April, then leading her Indiana Fever to a playoff berth in her first pro season as the #1 overall pick in the WNBA draft. Since Indiana was eliminated from the postseason, Clark has kept a low profile. The Time Athlete of the Year story was the first time she has had a chance to publicly take stock of her life and career big picture since a long article with ESPN's Wright Thompson in the spring. Of course, Clark had to know backlash from prominent media voices like Kelly would come. But she was ready for it, as she often has been since her fame exploded in early 2023. Caitlin Clark-Taylor Swift crossover throws shades at NBA as Rachel DeMita teases major WNBA surprise. Time magazine's recent interview with Caitlin Clark, named Athlete of the Year for 2024, has set the internet ablaze, and it's no wonder. The sit-down talk, which shines a light on Clark's incredible rise, also includes a surprising twist, a potential collaboration between the WNBA star and global icon Taylor Swift. With buzz surrounding both figures reaching new heights, the possibility of them joining forces has captured the attention of fans and sports enthusiasts alike. But could this crossover actually happen? And what would it mean for women's sports? On a recent episode of Rachel DeMita's YouTube channel, the topic of a Caitlin Clark-Taylor Swift collaboration came up, and it ignited a firestorm of excitement. DeMita quipped, "Can I just say, if there is a Caitlin Clark-Taylor Swift crossover at any point in recent time, like if that happens at any point, the internet's going to break. If we could get Taylor Swift, could you imagine Taylor Swift at a WNBA game? I don't even know if she's ever been to an NBA game." This playful yet pointed comment about Swift's rumored first-ever appearance at a WNBA game subtly threw shade at the NBA, considering Taylor's lack of appearances courtside in any men's basketball games that serve the memory. Yet, The most intriguing part of Demita's statement wasn't just the speculation about Swift's attendance, it was the acknowledgement of the growing crossover between pop culture and women's sports, something that has been gathering momentum for years. For Clark, this attention comes as no surprise. The basketball prodigy has long been making waves in the sports world. But it wasn't until she attended the Eras Tour in Indianapolis that she found herself at the heart of a media frenzy usually reserved for global pop stars. Despite the fact that Taylor Swift was the main act, it was Clark who had fans rushing to take photos and toss friendship bracelets. "People are just going crazy that I'm there," Clark shared with Time. "I thought people would be so in their own world, ready to see Taylor. And it was just completely the opposite." So how is Clark dealing with this fanfare? For Clark, it's nothing less than déjà vu. Just a year ago, she was thrilled to secure tickets to Swift's tour, sharing her excitement with fans. Now, she's the one being celebrated by Swift herself, who gifted Clark 4 bags of Eras Tour merchandise along with a note that read, "Inspiring to watch from afar." In fact, Swift even hinted at plans to attend a Fever game with Kelsey once her tour wraps up, while also inviting Clark to join her at a Chiefs game. As this new chapter in Clark's stardom unfolds, it signals something much bigger than just a crossover moment. What's certain is that Caitlin Clark, already the reigning NCAA star, is positioning herself as a future global icon, drawing both fans and celebrities from every corner of the entertainment world. The next few years could see the WNBA and women's basketball in a new light, with figures like Clark leading the charge toward mainstream visibility.